So, imposter syndrome. The feeling that you are not as good as you think you are and somebody is going to somehow expose you one day. Do you ever get that feeling? Because I do. I am so surprised by the number of DMs that I get on Instagram though, saying that you guys have felt this way or are feeling this way, that you don't belong in CS, that you're not good enough, not smart enough, that you feel like a failure. And if you are feeling from this, I just want you to know that you're definitely not alone in this. In fact, I rarely tell people this, but when I went into my first year of college, I suffered from imposter syndrome so severely that I was ready to drop out of computer science several times. I went into the undergraduate office, sitting down with my counselor and just really feeling so frustrated and defeated that I would never be able to succeed in tech. And I know what it feels like to be the dumb girl or the dumb guy in a classroom or lab. This type of thinking, it really needs to stop. So today, I'm going to share with you 5 ways that imposter syndrome shows up in our lives and some of the ways that you can overcome them so you can actually go after the things that you want in life. If you are new to my channel, my name is Jasmine Wu and I run TechGalDiaries where we talk about technology, education, and self-improvement. So if you enjoy this type of content, don't forget to like and subscribe. So the first imposter syndrome persona is the perfectionist. This is somebody who, even if they meet 99% of their goals, they still feel like a failure. They don't go after jobs or internships until they meet 100% of those requirements, and they don't hand in projects until they are absolutely perfect. This causes them to lose out on a lot of cool opportunities, and because a lot of the times, done is better than perfect. Most opportunities in life are time sensitive, so if you're agonizing over tiny details, trying to make them perfect, you're saying no to other opportunities that you could have spent your time doing. To overcome perfectionist tendencies, I want you to set strict times and dates for your deadlines. Be okay with producing B-quality work and focus on the things that matter the most. This way you don't get stuck on those little details and you can move forward along on your tasks so that you can improve your work as you go along. So the second way that imposter syndrome may show up in your life is through the Superwoman or Superman. So the Superwoman, she feels like she needs to know everything and work harder and longer than anybody else that she knows to prove that she belongs in tech. The thing is, with the Superwoman, is that this type of work, it's unsustainable and can easily lead to burnout. If you feel like you are the Superwoman or Superman, I want you to ask yourself why you feel this need to work harder than everybody else around you. Do you pull all-nighters to prove to everyone that you're not an imposter and that you belong in tech? Do you stay late after your coworkers already left so that you can feel like you belong on this team? Remember that busy doesn't necessarily mean productive. Is it you that really want to do this, or is it because that you feel like you will be an imposter if you don't put in all this effort? Focus on what actually matters to you and not what other people will think about you. It's okay to take things slowly at first and be a beginner at some things. Just because that you are not an expert at certain technologies yet doesn't mean that you don't belong in tech. The third way that the imposter syndrome may show up in your life is through the natural genius. So the natural genius is somebody who likes to judge their competencies based on easiness and speed rather than their efforts. If things get hard or take longer than expected and they have to put in more effort, they see it as proof that they are an imposter. The thing is, though, you guys, being in tech is hard. I'm not going to lie. Learning how to code, implementing algorithms, learning memory management, debugging, all these things, none of this is easy. I guarantee you right now, that on this journey, you will have days when things feel incredibly hard. You have days where you will spend hours and days struggling over a few lines of code. You have days where you have to put in more effort than any of your classes. And you have to put in a lot of hours and work sometimes because computers are stubborn. And if something doesn't run, it just doesn't run. But with all that said, none of that struggle and frustration means that you don't belong in tech. No baby wakes up in this world knowing how to code. Natural geniuses are made by their own determination, focus, and hard work. Putting in effort really does not mean that tech isn't for you. The fourth way that imposter syndrome may show up for you is the soloist. So the soloist is somebody who thinks that they have to do everything themselves and they cannot accept any help from anybody because that makes them a failure. When they fail a computer science test, they're too ashamed to go to the professor to ask for a review of the exam. When they have a bug in their programming assignment, they spend days trying to figure it out on their own instead of just asking a classmate or TA to help them out. When they don't understand the requirement for a work task, they don't ask their coworkers or managers for clarification. Not only does the soloist waste a lot of time trying to do everything themselves, but they also miss on the precious opportunities to receive feedback and improve. Asking for help is not a sign of weakness, but it shows that you're serious about succeeding in tech. Ask yourself, what is more important, trying to appear smart and like you know everything, or actually figuring out the solutions and problems so you can go on and achieve your goals? The fifth way that imposter syndrome may show up for you is the hider. So, the hider is somebody who believes that they never know enough and they are so scared of being exposed as inexperienced or not smart enough. They never volunteer to take on a new project or a task, and they never try to answer other people's questions because they feel like they might answer it wrong. They don't apply to high value opportunities because they don't think they are qualified, and they don't go to networking events or talk to recruiters. Basically, they keep all their work very secret, and they never demonstrate to other people how awesome they are. Instead, they just hide away, hoping that people don't expose them. Okay, I get it. It's scary to put yourself out there, especially when you're a beginner. You might only have one project under your belt, or you just discovered HTML. You feel intimidated by the tech world, and you don't even want anybody to know that you're learning how to code. You're so scared of getting judged by people, so you just end up hiding in the shadows. But the only way for you to get more feedback, opportunities, and technical experience is if you let other people know about your skills. How else will recruiters, connections, opportunities, and clients find you? Even if you don't think you're 100% ready, I think you should go for it because you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. Start calling yourself a programmer, a coder, a web developer, or whatever you want to be known for. Fake it until you make it. Don't let your own insecurities be the only thing stopping you from achieving this dream. I hope that these 5 personas helped you guys see how imposter syndrome may show up in your journey in tech. It's all about reframing your thoughts and your mindset. Let me know if you have experienced any of these because I know I have. As always, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you next time.